Evil Dead Rise, starring Lily Sullivan, Alyssa Sutherland, Morgan Davies, and Gabrielle Eccles. Directed by Lee Cronin. Sorry, wrong clip. Right, let's get on with it. Today, we're tackling the latest installment in the beloved Evil Dead franchise, Evil Dead Rise. With a legacy of consistently strong movies, the pressure is on for this new entry to maintain the series' reputation for excellence. Join us as we explore the highs and lows of Evil Dead Rise, analyzing its gore-soaked delights, but also questioning its lack of innovation and contribution to the franchise's rich tapestry. It delivers the guts and grins, serving up a bloody banquet of horror. From jaw-dropping visuals to wicked practical effects, it checks the right boxes for gore enthusiasts. But hold on to your chainsaws because there's a downside too. The film slips into sadistic territory, drenching innocent idiots, apartment dwellers in an ocean of blood. And let's not forget the lackluster character development, as flat as a pancake left out in the rain. Evil Dead Rise starts with a classic bait-and-switch move, taking us back to a creepy cabin in the woods. We quickly shift gears to an urban high-rise apartment where Ellie, a badass tattoo artist, and her three demon fodder, children, Bridget, Danny, and the adorable little Cassie reside. They're living in Mond, a building that's falling apart faster than a zombie on roller skates. During a quake that rattles more than just nerves, Danny stumbles upon a box in the basement, containing a mysterious book, composed of actual gruesome drawings on its pages, basically letting you know what happens when you read from it. Now, Danny isn't exactly the sharpest tool in the shed, so of course, he opens it, unleashing chaos like a monster on a sugar high. Could have sworn that the wicked teeth clamping was a dead giveaway. Anyway, back to the plot. Evil Dead Rise serves up eye-catching sequences that will have you squirming with both delight and horror. From the peephole perspective of carnage to a face caught in the slice of a murderous mirror, this movie delivers on the gruesomeness section. And that final Steadicam shot. Pure horror perfection. It's so good, you'll be screaming in joy, just like our victims, characters, on the screen. Oh, and did I mention the gallons and gallons of blood? We're talking more red stuff than a tomato farm here. But hey, while the bloodbath might be a bit over the top at times, it's all part of the fun. Evil Dead Rise takes it to the extreme, but in a way that's so absurd, you can't help but chuckle along. Now, let's talk characters, shall we? Our relatively unknown cast, led by a director who's still finding their footing, does their best to bring these victims, characters, to life. They tackle the physical demands of the role, from navigating tricky rigging devices to enduring ghastly prosthetic makeups. Kudos to their commitment. However, when it comes to depth and complexity, well, let's just say the characters could use a little more meat on their bones. It's like they're missing a few pages from the book of character development. And speaking of missing pages, there's this pregnancy subplot that feels like it stumbled in from a different movie. But with all being said, Evil Dead Rise knows its roots and it's not afraid to show it. It embraces the shaky camera techniques that made the original a cult classic. But here's the thing, while the homage is there, it's like a cherry on a bloody sundae, sweet, but not really adding anything new. Evil Dead Rise feels a bit hollow, like a zombie missing its guts. We could have used a fresh take, a burst of creativity to take this franchise to the next level. Overall, Evil Dead Rise may not reinvent the horror wheel, but it's a bloody good time nonetheless. With its mix of hilarious gore and self-aware nods to the franchise, it's a fun ride through blood-soaked hallways and possessed elevators. Just be prepared for the occasional misstep, like a pregnancy subplot that feels more awkward than a zombie doing the YMCA. In the end, Evil Dead Rise is a wild and entertaining addition to the franchise, even if it doesn't quite bring anything new to the table. And that's a wrap. Evil Dead Rise may not be a home run, but there's always room for some blood-soaked entertainment. Just don't expect it to breathe new life into the franchise, it's more like a demonic encore, groovy but ultimately hollow. Now, if you like this video, why not check this one on the right or this one on the left? I promise you, they won't bite.